guys. Okay, so as we start to go back through each one of our 5 build pages that we just finished, I wanted to show you with some very simple punches what you could do. Now, if you don't have any punches, this is a square. You can cut squares out. So this is a 1-inch square, so you will see what we can do with that one as well. This is just well, this is it. And it's just, you know, a decorative little little box to write something in or whatever. Okay, so I picked that one out. This is a scallop circle. Okay, you could use a regular circle. I just kind of grabbed the first 3 that I found that I thought would work instead of really digging for anything specific. So let me show you how these can work to really add flair to your page, but yet you're still working with possibly something that you might have in your stash. Okay, so we have this piece. And I'm thinking we're going to leave it. All right. Maybe if we're going to do a decorative edge on it, maybe we ought to cut it down approximately 1 inch. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 1 inch off of this. I'm just going to put it like this and put it in my cutter. And I'm going to take off about 1 inch. Just get my ruler. A little bit more. Okay. So about 1 inch on that one. And remember, this one I ended up using a larger piece than this one, so mine is a little chunkier than yours, but it's fine. And let's pull this so that I'm pulling off about 1 inch. And there we go. All right. Okay. So now, one thing that we can do is, all right, I've got the squares, because all of you will be able to do this. You don't have to own a punch. You can cut 1-inch squares out of your paper. Strip of 1 inch and then flip it over and cut every 1 inch. 1-inch squares. So, if we laid the triangles down, and of course you'd cut off the edges so that they wouldn't, if you wanted to. And then, let's see, I only have, let me get one more colored one here. There we go. Whoops, I think, oh, yeah, it's in there. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm trying to not have this move on me. If we put, just imagine this as decorative paper. Okay, but then look at what happens when you cover it up, and that's what your bottom will be. And it's just so simple with little squares. Okay, and what you actually can do is cut the squares diagonally in half, and then you have twice as many as what you started out with. So it's not like you're going to be cutting squares till the end of your days. Super cute, right? Okay, now if you have a circle punch, you could do, I probably would want more than 2, but I'm just going to do 2 because that's what I have cut out. And I'm not going to use the circle punches, but I just thought I'd show you. So there's that. And then covered up. with decorative paper or whatever. And isn't that cute? I mean, that's just adorable. And it's just a scallop circle, but it adds flair to your page. And then this last one here, so I have it in black. If you were to place it on here, round your corners, and then put some decorative piece on it. Let's see. And then lay your paper down. That is what you would get. Pretty nice. Just puts another little flair onto your paper. So I just, you know, I'm trying to keep this where if you are truly a beginner or truly do not have a lot of supplies, that you would be able to do this project. And I actually am going to use the squares. And we're going to add those on. So I think I had 3, and I think I liked that. So we're going to add the black squares. We will do the decorations and all that later. But I'm going to first cut these in half. And that way, I've got them for the other one as well. So I'm just going to put point to point right on the edge where it's going to cut. I'm going to do that to all 3. Just get that point to point on there. I love having a small cutter that I can keep right on my table for these smaller things. I'd hate to have to try and do these on my big. Wish I would trade for nothing. Okay, so let's eyeball the center. And we're going to put glue just on the bottom. We're going to eyeball the center. And actually, to make this even easier, let's make this 1/8 of an inch. Now, if you need to, let me put this down under here so I can see it. If you need to, if you don't have a Timmy ruler, I'm just putting it through the first dotted line. That's 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to make a mark. This way I know that I'm going to get these things glued on correctly. They're going to be even. So now I'm going to put the point right in the center between my 2 flaps. And then I'm gluing it down right on the line. All right, so there is our first one. And then I'm gonna overlap them a bit. I think I'm just gonna leave a smidge hanging over the edge, not much. And I'm putting it along the line. I don't want all this bulk, so I am going to draw a line right where I can cut, so this will just butt right up. There we go. And then when you put the decorative paper on there, that will be all covered up. Okay, so now I'm going to put glue on this one. Line it right up on the line and right up against the other. Oopsie. Okay. And then there's just a little teeny bit hanging over the edge, and I'm just going to snip it off. And then we're going to do the other side the same way. Let me get you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Let me put the colored paper underneath here. Okay, so you can see where I cut that one, so it's just one solid piece. So now I'm going to show you on this one. I'm lining it, putting the edge, this long edge, right on that pencil mark, and I'm leaving just a tiny piece hanging, just the tail end hanging off. You can see that, just a tail end hanging off the edge. And I'm going to follow the line from the center triangle now, and cut, and hopefully, oh, I gotta take my husband his phone, and hopefully this will fit. No, I didn't do that one quite. Well, wait a minute. No, I didn't do that one quite right. So let's try it again. Just leave a tail off to the end. I don't think I lined it up perfectly on the center triangle. And then you just want to go right on top of where that triangle hits. Now, let's see. Boy, am I getting off bad. Let's try that again. Let's see. Let me see. Let's try it this way. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, guys. If I can't do this, you can't do this. So, but we're going to do this. So I'm just not having the proper angle, I think. And I just need to voila. A little trial and error. You just stick with it, and you're going to get it. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this one down. And there we go. And then there's that little tip we're going to cut off. There we go. And how cute is that? And that's it for that particular thing. You can also go ahead, I think you can see these little corners right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut those off so that they're just flush. There we go. And that's still not all the way to the edge. There we go. How awesome is that? All right. So we've got that down. We've got a pocket here. When we get into design paper, I think if we want to do another pocket straight across, so then you got pocket, and you can put in a lot of things. But this is, let's see, this is 3 3/8, so it's not huge for a picture. So it might be better for a, and this is 3 1/2. So you would be able to cut down a little bit, but have a nice picture on one side or the other, or in the center here. And So I think we're going to do, well, I think we're going to do a magnet. But I'm thinking we're going to put pockets on these outside pieces. All right. So we're going to get some of our scraps. And how big? I wouldn't mind a nice size pocket. And I've got these two pieces here. Let's see. That would be a nice size for a pocket. And this would work for both if I used if you have some thinner black paper, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these. You could use both if you don't have some thinner black paper. So let me get set up for this, and I will come back to you in just a second.